What's up, everybody?
What's
Episode
up?
8, the Banana and Bee. I guess I'm the Banana Dave Van Auken, the Bee, the Killa Bee, Bare Knuckle FC superstar, my girl Taylor Starling. What's up, Tay?
Live and direct, living my human life. It's Monday. Today feels like Monday to me. So I'm here.
It's a Monday for sure. For sure. It was a long weekend. So, God, man, don't the people know, for one, in the combat sports world, it's so damn busy. But then, kids, it's Halloween, it's about to be Thanksgiving, it's getting cold, so much shit's going on. Relax, everyone. We're busy.
And then when you have kids, it's like everything all year long is just, there's always something. There's always something going on when you have children.
For sure. Guys, we have a really fun, packed show for you. Bare Knuckle FC Miami 22 is over. A couple fights to really go in and talk about. We might talk about someone winning the car. Maybe not. We'll see. Holy shit. We have a ton of Q&A from the fans. We absolutely love you guys. The Banana and Bee on Instagram. We do it probably every 3 weeks a month. Got some really cool questions, some nice, intriguing questions. So we'll jump into that. We might have an amazing guest for next week's show.
I'm working on it.
Oh, you're working on it.
I'm trying to pull some strings,
I'm trying to give a hint without just giving it away. I don't want to deliver the pizza yet. I just want to put it in the oven.
Should I pull the Dave Van Auken and say, man, I'm really hoping that it's Schmad Schmendez. It could possibly be Schmad Schmendez. I don't know who that is. Could be his name sounds like that, but Schmad Schmendez.
Yeah, Schmad Schmendez or Lenny Lavage. I don't know. If you know, you know.
Yeah, we have Lenny Lavage on here. It's gonna be an episode of Dr. Phil, Mari, Judge Judy, all of that.
We might have to. We might have to, Oprah, you get a tissue, you get a tissue, you get. Holy
I would climb through my phone. But enough of that.
There you go. Yeah. Enough of Lenny. So very fun pack show. Yeah. Okay. So let's kind of get into it. I guess the first order of defense. So they have a show, Bare Knuckle FC Fight Night. It's going to happen in Tampa, Florida, at the Hard Rock. Love going there. Love the Hard Rock. I've been going there to the PFL, and of course, Bare Knuckle did it there in Hollywood. But there's one in Tampa as well. Really cool, really nice joint. And, a couple they announced one matchup, announced a couple fighters, but there might be an insect that flies and stings people. So,
very Killa Bee.
So we're really excited. Could be huge and kind of
waiting to announce it. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I've been waiting to announce it, and the time's coming. The
time is coming. Also, talking about the time is coming, go check out Taylor Starling's fan site at taylorstarling.com. Check it out today. That's how we pay the bills. We were just paying bills. That's what we
do. know, especially, man, I got fired from my job. So subscribe to my fan site.
Please subscribe. For the kids.
Yes.
For the kids. Okay, so that's out of the way. Let's kind of talk about Bare Knuckle FC 22. If I could just start with saying something, I didn't even tell you I was going to say this, and it happens every 3 to 4 years, and I just want to admit it. I want to be transparent with our audience and just be real with everyone. I was fucking wrong. I was wrong. I did a 3-fight parlay. I thought Pearl was going to beat Britain. I thought Luis Palomino was going to beat Dat, and he did. But you and I talked. I thought Luis was going to stop. I thought he was going to stop Dat, and it didn't. It was a really close fight, and I thought Hector Lombard was going to win the main event versus Lorenzo Hunt. I feel like I was wrong on all three. I know Palomino won the fight. It's kind of weird. You thought Dat maybe won the fight. We maybe thought Pearl won the fight. You just look at the stats, but sometimes I do want to say, in a fight, sometimes stats don't tell everything. Sometimes how hard is the punches? How much are you controlling, end of rounds? And sometimes you can have a really great round and get so much statistical stats in one round, but lose the other 3 or 4. So I do get that, and I've heard that, so I understand. But, just watching the fight, I'll be honest, I thought Pearl won. That's just my 2 cents, and and I'm just going to be real with you. Palomino Dat was super close, but I just want to say I was wrong. I lost money. I lost $100, and fuck. I'll move on.
It's weird. It's so true when they say don't leave things in the hands of the judges.
Right.
Because you just what I'm seeing on TV, they could be seeing completely different sitting from where they're at, or you just never know. That's why you got to go in there and finish them in 28 seconds. But you really that's one of the things that sucks about decisions is whatever they say goes, and you kind of just got to deal with it. But it was that was a really good card. All the fights were really good. I think the fans, when they don't know too much about combat sports and stuff, they always want knockouts and stuff like that. But as a true martial artist and and a fan, I watch it, and when they have tough wars that are 5 rounds, it's just so good. It makes it so worth it. So I really enjoy watching it. A knockout here and there is good, but I loved sitting and watching all of them and just watching everybody perform. It was so cool, and I'm a part of that family, so seeing people that I know and in there and just all of it, it was really cool, and it was a great card. I thought it was good.
What do you think was the fight of the night to you?
That's hard.
Because all big 3 kind of main events, if you want to say, they all went the distance.
Yeah. So actually, it doesn't. And my fight of the night wouldn't be any of the main card, or they're on the main. They were on the main card. I think it's Rusty Crowder and what's his name. They were going at it pretty good.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I can't remember their names, but Rusty Crowder, I remember that because his name is so strange. But Rusty Crowder and whoever he fought, that was a good fight. I remember it standing out to me. If you ask me of the main event, co-main event, Pearl and Britton's fight was great. I really enjoyed watching it. And then Lewis and Dat was good. I thought they were really good.
One thing, after hearing Lewis say it and talk about it, I was like, damn, it's so true, and kind of me betting on it. And, I lost my parlay as soon as Pearl lost, so it was just one of those things. I thought Dat had a really good performance, and Lewis said it after the fight, I'm 60-65% of me. I'm like, fuck, yeah, he did. He had that awful run-in with COVID in the hospital. He lost all that weight. I'm like, and it wasn't that long ago. It was 2 months ago, 3 months ago. And you know how, a body, if you sprain an ankle for a weekend, you can feel it in your body and your cardio next week. So for him to go through fucking almost dying, I'm like, shit, I should have thought of that, because I was really surprised. And Dat is really good. It was no slight towards that. I'm that high on Lewis, and I just think people don't understand when fighters move up weight, the difference of the shots they're taking and the power and all that. So I just really thought Lewis was going to get the job done, and pretty decisively, and it just didn't happen.
Yeah, I had COVID in July, and I'm telling you, I'm strong, and I'm when I got COVID, I lost so much weight. I didn't go to the hospital, but I wasn't to that extent, but I couldn't walk for 2 days, and then when I did go back to the gym, I felt like I was dying. I remember trying to pick up a 10-pound weight, and I was my body felt so weak and so depleted and so done for that I couldn't imagine. And the way that he just bounced back and came right back. So to see him at 100% is going to be awesome. I'm a huge fan of Luis, and I'm a huge fan of Dat. So that was a fight that I was I don't want to pick anybody. I like both of them.
All right. So then 2 kind of outside the squared circle things. One, how crazy, and now days afterwards, the whole giving the car away, and the McLaren, and then the girl who was there before worked with them. It was it's what? Why? And sometimes the show is good. The fighters, you have Pearl Gonzalez, you have Britton Hart, you got Lombard, you got Lewis, and you said even that heavyweight, I'm going to butcher his name, Churijo, that guy's a stud. You have legit end talent. I fucked up that name, right?
Yeah.
Butchered it. So my point is, when you have that much great talent, just get the fuck out of the way. Let the fighters do their shit. There wasn't any need for that. And you know how the shows run kind of sometimes long. It was 7 minutes of wasted time. So that I thought was crazy. So yeah, what's your What's your
It
take on
was
that?
so funny because like I knew about the giveaway. Like I kept like because I've worked with Karma Coin like as a sponsor. So and they're so cool, they're so nice. But like I think it's one of those like I'm so gullible that when they did the giveaway, she went up there and I was just like, man, she really wasn't that excited. And I didn't even think like anything like that. Like, oh, that this was staged or like anything was going on. In my head, I was just like, man, maybe she's nervous or like whatever. I was just like so gullible. And then everyone kind of like went in on the internet. I was like, duh.
Yeah.
But I was like, I would have been like bawling my eyes out. Yay. Like jumping up and down. Oprah moment.
Yeah. That car, like, even if you sell the car and buy the house, like, goddamn, like that's huge. So that was one. And then the second thing, I think it was kind of my take, and I talked to a couple people off air on it. Some people are okay with it, and some people are like, yeah, Dave, you're spot on something. Like, you nailed this. 3 times. I took 3 pictures on my iPhone watching Bare Knuckle FC through the Bare Knuckle TV app, paid it like a real man should do, support the fighters, support everyone. And there was a couple times, like when the fight's over and they're going to do the decision, like when they do it in the UFC, it's freaking Max Holloway, Yair Rodriguez, and the ref, and a camera guy. Bare Knuckle, there's like every fucking quarterman's in there. There's like 8 security guards. There's like 3 agents. There's like people that you and I know. I'm like, why the fuck is that guy in the ring? He's not even a part of this at all. Feldman's in the ring announcer's already in the ring, and then the commentator after. It's like there's like fucking 20 people in here. And then Hector Lombard walks out. Dude, Hector's a stud. I know he's the main event. I know he's got stash. I understand. But fucking 35 people walked from him. It was a goddamn army behind Hector. It's like you have to, like, I know it sounds corny, but like you have to have rules where like, why would it not be okay for Taylor Starling to have 35 people? And then it's like, you just can't, like, it just looks amateurish. They're like, I commentate on an amateur show and you see 30 people and it's like, even that's like, damn, that's like a lot of people.
I can see that in the point of like me, because I've had this situation, like being in the back and I'm like, hey, I really want, like, I have my 3 corners because they're like, oh, you can have 3 corners. And then as I'm about to walk out, they're like, you can only have 1 up there. And I'm like, what? Like, I can only have 1 person do all this stuff. And like when Keith was in my fight for Knucklemania, like he literally was, they told me, oh, you can have 3 corners. And then when it came down to it was like, I can only have 1. So Keith was trying to like corner me and ice me and do everything. But then you see stuff like that and it's like, I don't know. I think maybe sometimes it gets probably just like overwhelming and it's, I don't know. I think one of, at Knucklemania, I know who the fighter was, but I'm not going to say, I'm not going to put them on blast, but they were in the back being a diva and it was a man. It was a man and he was being a diva and, you know, Bare Knuckle was trying to just deal with it. And it was like a full on like screaming battle match in the back and they were trying to like accommodate him, but still like abide by the rules. And so I'm sure things get like mixed up and things happen to where it kind of just gets beyond their control. But yeah, they do sometimes get wild. And then I'm over here like, can I just have my 3 corner people in my corner?
Yeah. It's like sometimes like, and I was saying like, I'm trying to be just transparent and just be real. Like, but then sometimes they do. Bare Knuckle FC does such a great job with like the look, the camera angles and how it looks on screen, the squared circle, the production,
the lights, the music.
Yeah, like it's they do some great stuff. So like sometimes when it looks not as good or like I said, like amateur, it's like, damn guys, you're better than this. Like, and they are. So you know, it is what it is. But so yeah, Bare Knuckle FC 22 is in the books. They already, you know, Luis Palomino called out Chad Mendez. You know, I don't know.
His name is Schmadge Mendez. Schmadge Mendez.
Okay? Oh, yeah. Dude, he would be a really great guest on the Banana and the Bee. Like, he would be phenomenal.
Yeah, he would. He always seems so down to earth and so nice. So I'm excited to hopefully get the chance to talk to him.
That would be cool. Yeah, you know, Christine Fiera was the commentator for Britain and Pearl. And definitely, they were leaning. They were pushing for Fiera to be involved with that. Nothing that happened afterwards. So I don't know. It's crazy. It was a good show, but it was weird that like they didn't, other than Lewis really kind of calling out Chad, like that was it for like moving the show going. Like
the best was when they asked Lorenzo Hunt who he wanted to fight, and he said, "Fuck them all."
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, mood. That is like, because like I'm not that kind of person. I don't really want to call anybody out. So when he said that, I was like, you better go off because that shit was good. Fuck them
Yeah, it was
all.
good. They asked him like one more thing like that. They're like, okay, who? He goes, who do you think is next in line or something like that, or who could take it next? And he's like, everybody.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, I respect that a little bit. Like, that's what I mean. Like, there wasn't anything, no slight to Lorenzo. I talked to him a couple times and stuff, and he's always been cool with me. It was just like Hector's been there before. Like, Hector's been in a big main event spot, and that's something new for Lorenzo. He's never been in that big limelight. So I was like really thinking Hector was going to get the job done. He didn't. Lorenzo, and I thought it wasn't close. Like, people were like, oh, I don't know this. No, Lorenzo Hunt won that fight. Boom.
And it was like, if you ever, like, you've talked to Lorenzo Hunt, and I actually met him at Knuckle Mania because he fought on the same card. And the next morning was when I first met him and talked to him, and I was all beat to shit. And I'm talking to him, and like his mentality towards like training and fighting is like unlike anything I've ever heard. Like, he was telling me how he trained and just like things that I could use to help myself, like training and train my knuckles and be ready to get hit like that and shit. And like his mentality is like, I've never met anybody with like that kind of mentality towards it. He just doesn't give a fuck. Like, he is like, he wants seeing him get the belt, I like believed it because it was like, oh shit, like the way that man talks, like he walks it like he talks it.
I love it. I love it. I respect it. So a new champion, Lewis retains, and Britt Hart seems like she's one more step closer to the female flyweight championship. So, all right, we'll put that in the books. That's behind us. One kind of funny little thing, and then we'll go to the Q&As with the fans. We had the best people in the world. Like, some people were said the nicest things about you. I think one, maybe two people said something nice about me, but you're definitely the star. So and on the way here,
ones.
Always there's like, guys, like, it's Instagram. Like, you think I'm really going to reply? Like, how many times do you fuck in a week? It's like, oh, 6. Like, why would I why would I reply to a complete stranger? Like, come on. Like, oh, do you like it when she rubs your butt? It's like, why would I tell you? You know what I mean? It's like, crazy people, man. IG, they go for that shit.
They're awfully bold, man. They're awfully bold.
So I'm coming in the studio, and it's like an outdoor, and then one door, and then into my studio. So it's like 3 doors, right? And it's, we're doing this at night. No secret. We talked about your IG stories were fantastic, by the way, Tay. So we're doing this at night. It'll be out tomorrow morning. All podcast platforms, YouTube. I'm coming in, got my water, got my phone, and I'm walking in, and the door fucking lands on my finger. Like, black and blue, turn purple. Like, I hope the nail doesn't fall off. So my question to you, as a killer, as a savage inside that square circle or any ring, have you ever done something like stupid? Have you ever pinched your pinky in a cage door or stubbed your toe somewhere? Like, fuck! Like, have you done something crazy like that?
I've got the worst story, and it's worse than that. Okay, so I was taking a professional boxing match, and I had like 1 week out. It was fight week. I went to pit an avocado, and I didn't know that there's like a certain trick to pit an avocado. So I'm cutting my avocado, and I go to slam there to stab the seed like this. Literally shoved the entire knife like that far, like into my hand. And I just like pulled it out. Like, I needed stitches. I don't even know if you can like, hold on, I'm trying to pull it up to my camera, but like in my hand, I just like stabbed myself so fucking violently by pitting an avocado, and like pull it out. And like, I need to go get stitches. I'm about to pass out and like freaking out. I instead like wrap it up, hold it above my head, and like got like super glue and super glued it all the way until fight week. And I like went and fought like that. But that was the dumbest shit. Like,
yeah,
I was like, what the fuck? And then of course I posted about it, and then 10 seconds later, like hundreds of people are sending me YouTube videos on how to pit an avocado. And I was just like, thanks. You should have sent me this like 2 days ago. But it was bad. It like, my hand was wide open and just like shooting blood. It was like, and all I could think was like, wow, I'm such a fucking idiot. Like, I'm such an idiot.
It's so funny. So this is the show. So we have a game, like both my boys, Colin and Dylan, love to play. It's called like Head Rush, and like you put it above your head, and you put a card in, and like, so I can't see the card, and like you somehow like spin something, so if I don't get it, it jumps in the air, it like pops off your head, And there's like different cards. It's like drums, a goldfish, and they have to give you hints to guess it. So the first night we ever played this game, right? And somehow I got poop, right? And so like they're trying to tell me what it is without saying it. And my 4-year-old son Dylan thinks it's the funniest shit ever. He's like, "Oh my god!" Oh.
Yeah.
Laughing, giggling, and then like I was like, and then I figured I was like, "It's poop." He's like, "Oh, poop." So he thinks it's the funniest thing ever. So every time we play, he puts poop on my head. So we played last night. Yeah, last night me and Dylan are playing, and I'm like, and he wants to put the poop card, and I'm like, no, son, you're not doing it. Like, we're gonna do it like for real. We're gonna play. So I put the poop card into the game, and I know it's not that. So he puts another one, and he starts to like snicker, like, and he's 4 years old, so it's the cutest fucking thing you'll ever hear. And he's like, I'm like, okay, I'm like, this should be good. So I do it, and I'm playing, and he's like giving me these hints, and all the hints are leaning to poop. I'm like, son, I put the poop card in there. There's no way it's poop. And he's like, no. And he's like, I'm like, well, what is it? He goes, I don't know what it is, but it looks like poop. And I'm like, what? So the card flips up in the air and it falls down. It's an avocado.
Oh my god.
And it's like halfway cut, and he sees like the brown core of it. He's never seen an avocado. So like he thought it was poop, and I was like, holy shit. It was just the funniest thing. It was so organic. It was
something
great.
With boys and poop and farts and they like Carson thinks that farts are the funniest thing in the whole entire world. Like we have an Alexa, and it's like the only thing he ever asked it to do is to fart, and that's the sole purpose of having Alexa. I don't ever use it for anything else. He's just like, hey Alexa, fart for me, and like does it for hours and hours and hours. So it's like I don't understand, but I know I understand you, but for me, I'm like, what is the obsession with poop and butts and farts?
I know. And then the twin girls, they release a fart every once in a while, and then the boys here, they're like,
yeah, they die. They think it's like the funniest thing in the world.
Well, awesome. We absolutely love our fans at the Banana and the Bee podcast, Taylor, Starling, David, and Auken. So we got like at least 10, I think, that legitimate. We can go over with no sex innuendos and no ravage stories.
Yeah.
So most of these are for Tay. There's a couple for just me, and then there's a couple for both. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Thank you, fans. We love you. Every question is awesome out of these. So here we go. The first one, I'm not going to do the name thing, but they go, is cereal soup?
No, cereal is cereal.
I agree. Like, why? I kind of get it, but like, I'm like, no, it's not soup at all.
If cereal was soup, they would put it in a fucking can and can it, and then you can eat it at home too.
Easily top 3 things you've ever said in your life. There you go. You just nailed it.
There, yeah. Like I've never seen no fucking canned cereal in the soup section.
Yeah. Period. I love that. All right. This is a good one. This is such a good question. Would you rather slip on 1,000 bee-sized banana peels or be stung by 1 banana-sized bee?
I would choose to slip on the banana peels. Because who wants to be stung by a fucking banana-sized bee?
Wow. I thought about it. You maybe persuaded me with your answer. I was thinking the other way. Dude, like, I hate slipping on shit. And then slipping on 1,000 bee-sized banana peels, like, that's a lot.
See, when you're me and like every day, like walking is just hard for you as a human being, and you're clumsy and like accident prone, like whatever, bring it on. A giant bee. I don't like bugs, which is ironic because I'm the killer bee. But like, no, I don't want to be stung by shit.
That's so funny. You ready for this one? This is why the show is so great. You just said you kind of don't like bugs. Here's the funniest thing ever. I don't think I've ever told anyone this. This is the first time. This is or original right here. I don't like bananas.
Really?
Like, I haven't had a banana in 15 years.
This personally.
Huh?
I feel like you've told me this personally.
Yeah, I think I told you this, personally, but not on air or not a thing. Like people like just all assume because it's like my persona or my fight nickname. I'm literally called the banana on the show. I don't like them.
What is it that you don't like about bananas?
To the consistency, that mush. And then you're like, I don't know, the smell. I'm not a big smell of it. It's like,
See, I hate banana flavored things, like artificial banana flavor, but I only like bananas if they're like green. They have to be green, like hard,
okay.
solid green bananas.
Someone's gonna put a meme on that one. Like,
I know. I love. Never mind. I'm gonna stop.
I love strawberry banana like smoothies. I'm cool with that.
See, I don't
Banana.
like that. Like I don't like that, but I like a green banana. I like banana nut bread or like stuff like that. But like like banana Laffy Taffy. Like if you enjoy banana Laffy Taffy, I think that you are a psycho.
I was gonna say the same thing. If you like banana taffy, you're a fucking psycho. Literally.
And the runts, and the Laffy Taffy. If you like those, yeah, I don't trust you.
If I'm on a highway driving 87 miles per hour and I see a banana run, I lower my window and throw it out the fucking window. Like,
absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Next question. This is a good one. This is for Taylor. Is there any woman in the UFC, Bellator, or pro boxing you would love to see in Bare Knuckle FC?
I feel like I think about this to myself.
I have one too. I have a sleeper, but you go first.
Okay. I think we already talked to Ashley. She's one of those people that was like, man, it would be so cool to see her go over there, but she doesn't want to do bare knuckle. But definitely Ashley Evans Smith, just because she's such a G. But no, that's it. Like I really don't think about stuff like that.
Okay. I got the correct answer then. This girl, I think she's so talented. She is an amazing boxing, striking skill. She's been doing it for so long. And then she kind of crossed over into mixed martial arts and loves it and has a great budding career happening. I think she's got like 5 pro fights under her belt as a professional fighter, MMA. But I think she is made for Bare Knuckle FC. I know she's lighter. Her name is Killa Rocco.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. She's been on the podcast multiple times in the show. She trains at Coconut Creek for American Top Team. She, I think, would be
she's a stud. She's freaking solid. She would be great. She would go clean that 115 out, that 115 division they're trying to get rolling. She would go and freaking clean house. Yeah.
Kayla Rocco.
I did think though the other night, like I was like, whenever Clarissa Shields lost in her MMA fight for the PFL. I was like sitting in the bathtub and had like seen that she lost, like sitting on my phone, like looking at it and like just reading about it. And I was thinking, man, what if Clarissa Shields fought in bare knuckle? Like I just was like thinking about like, oh my God, that would be scary.
You ready for this one? This might be polarizing. I think she's so overrated.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, like because boxing and MMA, and then you ready for this one? People will be surprised. And bare knuckle boxing are 3 totally different things.
Oh, yeah.
In boxing, she's incredible. She is a top 3 female boxer in the world. Much love and respect to her. MMA, didn't see it. And I think in even bare knuckle FC, I don't think she would work. She'll get hit once or twice. And to me, she doesn't have good mojo. Like, I don't know if you ever seen Brock Lesnar fight in MMA. Like, he's huge and strong. He got hit one time and, like, folded. Like, I see that in her.
And I agree. I think it's one of those things that people don't realize. Like, me being who I am, like, I fought in all of the disciplines.
Right.
And I that's the one thing I tell people. I'm like, man, kickboxing, boxing, MMA, bare knuckle, they are all different. Like never once have I stepped into any single one of them and been like, wow, this is just like boxing, or wow, MMA is just like kickboxing. Like your stance, the way it feels, just everything is so different. And I think a lot of people that haven't crossed over or cross-trained or taken different discipline fights, like they don't understand that like nothing is the same. You can be dominant in boxing, but you go to MMA and everything, like that's a whole different world. Right. Bare knuckle is a whole different world. But I was just like, I was thinking like, man, because she's so much bigger than me. Like I'm tiny. I was like, I couldn't imagine fighting her bare knuckle, but I was just like thinking about it in my head.
She's a 145er, 150, in that range. So, okay, that was good. Next one goes, Dave, who is your dream fighter interview? So you won't believe this, or I think you will believe this because you know how much we admire you, how much I admire you. So I replied back to my DM'd him and I go, it's easy, Taylor Starling. And they're like, oh, that's so you guys are great, blah, blah, blah. I was like, all right. So I got to answer. So it's weird because a lot of them I've kind of like already done. Like my personal MMA favorite is like Jorge Masvidal. I interviewed him literally minutes before his Game Bread FC show. It was awesome. One of my favorite fighters, people in the world, is Felicia Spencer. I talk to her weekly. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
Glover Teixeira just won the championship. He's been on the show a couple times. And so like, I would love to interview Dana White. Like Dana White would be a dream, but he's not a fighter. So I guess I can't do that one. And I know this is going to sound just so plain and vanilla. And I think everyone like knows, I think I'm going to say, yeah, I want 5 minutes with Conor McGregor. Like I do.
Yeah.
And like, I think I would be real with him. I think like we would be funny and I would let him be funny. But a couple times I want to be like, dude, Conor, if you just get back in the gym and do what you do, what you are made to do, what you're bred to do, if you can get back to that place, you would win and get back and win big, big fights. But if you don't, like, there's a part of me, it's like, bro, if you don't want to like be all in, like, then don't do it. Like, just don't.
Yeah.
Like, you got so much money and fame, and like you can do Jake Paul fights and boxing expeditions and other shit. Like, if you don't want to fight UFC at the toppest level, then just don't do it. So, like, I think I would like talk real with him, just drinking a proper.
That would be such a
12.
good interview. I would love
dope.
that. I would be all for that. I can just like see it now. You guys sitting like by I don't know, like by a fire and like chilling and like drinking, with cigars and like.
Oh, God, that'd be so good. I love
see it
cigars.
for you. I'm manifesting it.
That shit's gonna happen now. That shit's gonna happen.
Hell yeah, it is.
Okay, they go, Taylor, what is the one thing you want to improve on the most during this training camp?
I wouldn't really just say specifically this training camp, but as a whole, like I am very self-critical, which is like a lot of people would be like, oh, that's not a really bad problem to have. But sometimes I can like get in my own way. And like, there's literally times where like I'm being coached holding pads and like I get yelled at because I will stop and be like, I didn't do this, and this, and this, and this, and this right. And then Keith's like, shut the fuck up. I'm holding pads for you. Let me coach you. You're doing fine. He's like, you're fine. I'm very self-critical. And it's like, I think as an artist as a whole, like even if when you're a perfectionist and you just want to be the best at whatever you do, it doesn't even have to be martial arts or whatever. Like people understand, like the perfectionists, people that want to be the best at everything. I want to be the world champion. So I'm in that mentality constantly. So sometimes I have to realize, like, don't be so hard on yourself. And I'm fucking hard on myself. Like, nobody could tear me down more than me. And I literally, like, even, like, today was one of those days. Today training was one of those days where I was just, like, I'm not doing this right. I'm not doing this right. And Keith is just like, shut the fuck up and just, you're doing great. And that's my biggest problem. So I would say, not being so hard on myself. And stop being so self-critical. Sometimes I just gotta like let it go, you know.
Okay, no, that's a good answer. I never heard that one. That's a good one. For you, because I don't have fight songs. They go, how do you pick your fight songs?
Ooh, okay. So fight songs. I always want something that I can get hyped to, but that other people are gonna get hyped to, because like I want to be hyped, but like I've been a fan at fights and someone walk out to something that like I was like, oh, like this is so fucking good. Like, and it gets you hyped. So like my goal when I walk out is to get everybody hyped with me. So it's just weird because like I don't sit and overthink about it. And like usually it's just I'll be driving. Usually is when I'm driving. I'll be driving, listening to my playlist, and then I'll like be thinking about a song, and I'm like, man, I haven't listened to that song. I'll listen to it. I'm like, oh, like that's so good. And like when I walked out to Mike Jones, when it was like, back then hoes didn't want me, now I'm hot, they all on me, it was just like I love that song so much, and I always listen to that song. But like the story from like Knuckle Mania to then to like people didn't know who I was, but now people know who I am. And then I was like, oh, people will get hyped to this song. And I was like, this is a perfect fucking second walkout for me. And that's how I picked that one out. But yeah, it kind of usually just comes to me. I try to think of something that's going to get people lit. Like I understand. I love when fighters have like something personal, but like to me, I want good, like thumping energy. So I got to have something that makes everybody hype.
That's awesome. If maybe you fight December 9th in Tampa, Florida, is your plan to your walkout song and how you were dressed? Is that still the game plan moving forward?
Well, unfortunately, I guess I can just spill the tea now because it's not going to really happen the way I wanted it to. But for when I was going to fight Randine, I was going to have this whole Ric Flair theme.
Right.
So I was going to have like this Ric Flair song and things like that. But this is fucking crazy. The DJ messaged me today. Actually, this happened today. And the DJ was like, I just want you to know, like, we can't use the Ric Flair entrance. And I didn't know why. And apparently it had something to do with like that song playing when Justin Thornton, like, or is that his name, Justin Thornton? Yeah, Justin Thornton, when he passed away. That was the song that was like playing, and when he was like knocked out, like they were playing like the Ric Flair song.
Wow.
And is that not crazy? So they were like,
Yeah.
no more Ric Flair.
Wow.
Is that not fucking crazy? And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, because like he had played it in Montana for me live at the event. Like when the event was over and everyone was kind of clearing out, he put it on because I went up in the ring, and he just happened to see me in the ring and put my walkout song on. And that's when I was like dancing in the ring. And I guess they told him, they were like, you got to take that out. Like you can't play that anymore.
Wow. That is crazy. That's crazy.
But I'm still going to wear the outfit. And people have kind of seen it online, kind of not. But it's so hot. No one has seen the whole ensemble together, really. And yeah, it's going to be fire. And I actually have a really cool walkout song planned in my head that I'll send you when we hang up.
Okay. Sounds good.
Because it's pretty lit, and it's like kind of, I think people will really enjoy it.
Sounds good. And maybe the Man Crush Monday for the Banana and Bee on Instagram maybe might be fighting on the same card as you.
I saw that. I don't know. There's apparently a bunch of people supposed to fight, but we're all
44 Bare Knuckle FC fighters are saying they're fighting on the 9th. Like, Jesus.
Really? That's how many?
No, like I'm just like, but a lot.
Oh, I know.
We'll see. All right. Here we go. Ooh, this is good. Tay, what's your thought on the Hart Pearl fight and what went down at the press conference?
It was wild. That was wild. It was funny because like the press conference was going on when I was in the gym, and I kind of just like hopped on there, and then it was like back and forth, and I'm like, oh shit, like it got real.
It did. Let me just butt in. Like I think it was last episode or the episode before. Like, if I would say, if I was at any press conference and shit was getting out of hand, or a guy on another media guy was like, oh, Dave, dude, your hair looks awful today. Be like, all right, whatever. But if the guy went after my wife, like my significant other, or kind of came at a kid, yeah, like it's time. Like press conference or not, we're throwing down right there and then. Like, I don't know. I think there's a line. You guys are fighting. You guys are going to in that square circle, like and get that shit out. And I love what Pearl said. Like what she said it at weigh-ins and during the show, and she kind of like posted it. She goes, like, I wanted Britain to look in my eyes and to tell and to know that I am better than her. Like that was her thing. I'm like, damn, that's raw. I'm down with that. But like when you bring in significant others and family, it's just like, damn, you know what I'm saying? It's like, damn.
And it's hard because like I could say like, it's different if you kind of like have it like premeditated, like I'm gonna go out here and I'm gonna say this shit on purpose. But
Right.
Then it's like there's definitely times like where I've been so fucking mad and said some shit that just like I want, like, because I'm the type of person, if I'm mad at you and I'm arguing with you and we're fighting and we're in the heat of like the moment of something, I'm the type of person that I'm going for your jugular and I don't care. Like, I don't care, and it's going to come out and I might regret saying it like later on and be like, ah, fuck, I shouldn't have said that. But when I'm really upset, it's going to come out. I just don't. I don't know. I understand like the purpose of selling a fight, and to me, honestly, their beef was real. and
Yeah.
some of the other beef was real. But it's like I don't care to go to do that, like, because like you said, we're gonna fight at the end of the day. So I don't feel like bantering on Instagram. I don't feel like arguing. Like, now let me tell you, there's some people on my list that when I do see them in person, they're gonna get a fucking mouthful and they're gonna hear what I have to say, and I definitely will go off. But so I do understand both sides of it, but like as much as possible, I just want to refrain from that. I'm like, we're gonna fight, and it's like, why do I need to do the extra? Like, I don't need to do any extra. We're gonna fucking fight each other, and then it's gonna happen, and then it's gonna be over, and then we're gonna both be on to the next fucking person. So what's the point? I don't like wasting energy, and like that's just. But it was good. Like it sold me because I was like, oh shit, it's about to be on and popping, and I can't wait to watch.
Yeah, shit was good. Press conference, that was good. Okay, this is a good question. You can answer this, I would believe. Do Bare Knuckle FC fighters fight in independent MMA or boxing organizations between Bare Knuckle FC? Like, are you allowed to fight in another organization?
Some people are. I know I'm not going to speak for everybody and say that everybody is, but some people are allowed to. But
How about you?
Huh?
How about you?
No.
And
that's more so just because I don't want to. Like,
like, and like, you know, you and I talked about this, like, and this is like a thing I've been on for a long time. It's like, I understand, like, I get the why Bare Knuckle would sign, you know, big names like Chad Mendes and Jimmy Rivera and Mike Perry. Like, I really do get that and understand what they're trying to do. But if you do that while Bare Knuckle takes care of Taylor Starling, Dylan Kleckler, Britton Hart, even Christina Ferreira, like these kind of their guys, like they're like not a lot of people, like when you think of those four names, like you think of Bare Knuckle FC, like that's just who you think of. So it's like, if they do that, you know, I think even like Dat Win, I know he had a lot of boxing stuff, but like if, you know, to the common fan of you, like, oh, Dat Win, like, oh, the Bare Knuckle FC fighter, like that's what they think. So I just, you know, if they take care of those.
But I will say they have like a little rule. Like I've heard it through some people, so I'm gonna say allegedly. You could go fight somewhere else, but if you go and you lose, Bare Knuckle can be like, we don't want you no more. Like, all right, bye. Like, they can do that, allegedly. But no, I wouldn't want to, just because like if I'm focused on one thing at a time. Like, I don't want to be all over the place. But I also see, like, you know, maybe you have one Bare Knuckle fight and the rest of the year is like open, and like you gotta make money, you gotta get that coin and keep going. But some people do, some people don't. I'm sure if I asked them, like, hey, like, I want to go do this, or if I need to do this, like, I'm sure they would let me. But there's also, like, you could take that chance of, like, losing or something happening and then being like, all right, bye, no more Bare Knuckle for you.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
A couple more. This one we kind of talked about, so we won't go that much into it, but I'll let you answer it. Can you please tell us when you're going to be fighting next? I want to make sure I mark it on my calendar.
Well, I hope your calendar is on a dry erase board, because right now it's supposed to be December 9th, but it could change. We don't know. December 9th. I'm hoping that this week I'll get to drop some news on everybody.
There we go. Both of us, how do you guys enjoy the winter?
Okay, first of all, what fucking winter do you get, Florida? Oh my God, it's like 70 today.
No, this is a true story. So I will start with this. So this morning on the Dave Van Auken Show podcast that dropped on all podcast platforms, one of the most fastest trended MMA podcasts in the world, I started the show with, the weekend was so beautiful today. Like, we went on a walk, we went to the park. It was 68 degrees and blue. It was awesome. We wake up this morning as a family and I'm like, man, like, it's like, you know, you can tell like the house is kind of cold and their feet and shit like that. And we have like tile, almost tile in the whole house. So we put my feet down. I'm like, oh, like that's a little different. And I go to the windows and it's like got that frost almost. I'm like, what the hell? I look at my phone. It's 51 degrees. I know you make that, but for us, that is so cold.
Degrees. Oh my God. It was like 30.
Oh my goodness. So I got up, I walked right into my closet. I go, doo, 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 doo. I have so many hoodies and sweaters, but I like wear them on the reg. I like wearing them at night, bed, shit like that. But when it gets cold, I got my beautiful black North Face coat. It is so good, so comfy. Man, it's like the whitest thing for me. I'm like, I like rap music, but I love me some North Face jackets. The whitest thing about me. So I talked about that on my show this morning. I'm like, it was North Face weather today in Florida.
I hate winter. I hate it so much. I don't like cold. I don't like I don't like spring. I don't like fall. I don't like winter. I like summer. I love for it to be so hot that I'm suffocating. Like, I love that. I'm such a psycho. But it's crazy because when I was a kid, I hated summer and I loved the winter. But now I just don't like it. I don't like having to bundle my children up. I don't like bundling myself up, having to start the car early. Like, it's just miserable. Because I'm the type of person when I'm cold, I can't really get warm. I don't know. It's just, I'm tiny, cold weather, just, I want to be in a tank top at all times, shorts, and like, that's it. I like the heat way too fucking much. I don't like the cold.
I live in Florida, so I'm a like the summer more than winter. Last one for us for the Q&As. We love you guys. We appreciate it. A lot of these questions were really good. For both of us, would you guys want to add a game or a different segment for the podcast?
Oh my gosh. I think about this all the time. This is probably the thing I think about the most, but then I think my ideas suck. But I would love to do like a hot seat, like a rapid fire.
Yes. Let's do that. I like that. Like 10 questions.
Like, an Ellen DeGeneres, when she does the thing and they're in the seats and they hit the button and you have to like answer it as fast as you can, like the quickest thing that comes to your head.
Yeah.
I would love something like that. I don't like word association. Like, they made me do that for like a bare knuckle interview and I hated every second of it. I hated it.
Are you like the rapid fire?
I like a rapid fire quick question, like funny, like.
Yeah, so I think next week or the week after, let's do rapid fire. And I think you'll do 10 questions for me without me knowing, and I will do 10 questions for you without you knowing.
Okay. And they can be like anything. All right, I'm down.
Anything you want. The show is open. Anything. So we'll do that. So, okay, I'm writing that down. Look at that. Good job, fans. We are going to do a rapid we got to think of a really fun, trendy name. Rapid banana, bee banana, buzzing, rapid buzz.
You dork. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll think of something.
Let the fans pick it out. We'll let the fans pick out what it should be called.
There you go. Look at you. Man, maybe then we'll get a sponsor to sponsor that segment of the show.
Hell yeah. I think that would be awesome.
Oh.
On to big things, like, oof.
Gee whiz, you might be like in camp, girl.
Oh, I've only been in camp. Like, look at you. Okay. You might be a super dad.
It's literally me just holding the girls. That's it. That's all my muscles. So I will spill the tea on this. This is something I'm so happy about. You ready?
Yes.
So one of my I have like 5 best friends, but I love this kid. I met him the first day of freshman year, high school. So I've known him for over 20 years. Love this kid. We went on trips. Our families, our friends, they come over for fights. Great. He has a great wife. They have 2 kids. Love them to death. Do anything for him. He's he's super jacked in shape guy. He's always been. He kind of let a couple years go. He got like married and, kind of when you do it for so long, he kind of let himself go a little bit, just a tad. He knows that. But then he got back into it, and now he's a monster, Taylor. You ready for this one? His body type is like Chad Mendes. He's like huge muscles, arms, traps, huge guy, right? So he's like all into CrossFit, and he's been like asking me, begging me to come. He's like pulling me, like, Dave, you got to come. And you know me, I'm always busy. I'm traveling, the kids, all this. So he goes, hey, Thursday at 8 a.m., I'm open. I want to do it. I go, dude, you won't believe this. Thursday at 8, I have nothing on my calendar. I'm all in. So Thursday at 8 a.m., I'm doing a little CrossFit. I'm going to, start it a little bit.
Okay.
I'm ready.
I can't wait to hear about this. So next week on the Banana and the Bee, you have to tell us about it. You'll probably still be sore. You'll be like,
hi, Chad Lendez.
Yeah. Anytime I'm sore, it like lasts forever. I've been perpetually sore though. I've been in a fight camp for like 6 months. So.
I might go on live on the Banana and the Bee Instagram.
Do it. We definitely need live updates.
Yeah. We got to do that more live. The YouTube channel, I did the part. So every Bare Knuckle FC, I'm going to do a parlay exclusively on the Banana and Bee YouTube channel.
And everybody, Dave Van Auken is going to teach me how to bet. I don't know if that's legal or not, but Dave is going to teach me how to bet. I've never been into betting, but I did sign up on the website to do it, and I didn't do it this past weekend. I'm glad I didn't because I would have picked everybody that you picked, and I would have lost my money.
That's true. I lost.
And this time I was going to be like, I'm going in. I'm going to bet like $600, like something crazy. And like, yeah, I'm glad I didn't.
So guys, please go to TaylorStarling.com. Check out her fan site and please donate to her betting addiction.
My betting addiction, yes. So I can bet.
She's never done. But no, we appreciate, guys. You were awesome. These questions were great. We went 52 minutes. We are definitely out. We're going to wrap this thing. We're going to get it on YouTube. It will be on all podcast platforms. And anything left for you, Tay? Next week, we're hoping to get a big, fun guest. And if not, we'll just do the damn thing. We'll have a cool little segment.
Yeah, it's funny. I actually like having just me and you sometimes because people would not believe this about me, but I am actually one of the most anxious, nervous, shy people, secretly low key. But yeah, no, I had so much fun. And
that 52 minutes felt like it was 7. Like it flew by. And we talked for 20 minutes off air. We're like, oh shit, we got to record. We got to do it.
There's so many times you literally call me on the phone and I'll just be talking your head off and I can tell you I got it. And then we'll get into something else and then I'll be like, okay, bye. We really are.
And it's not me wanting to get off. I'm just, I can't explain it to people how busy I am.
I know. And I know the feeling.
It's because all 4 kids need something and then we need something and then stuff needs to happen at the house. And then, I got to make that thing called money. It's just, it's a grind 24/7.
So subscribe to Dave Van Auken's fan site and pay the bills. Blood, sweat, and respect, baby.
There we go. That's it. I'm dancing. That means the show is over. We love you guys. We'll see you next week. Let's go.